Welcome to the German Gills show as Gillingham take on Stevenage this afternoon here at Priestfield Stadium. It is the return of Steve Evans at Priestfield this afternoon. It's going to be very interesting to see what reception he gets with his Stevenage team, who are top of the table currently. It's going to be a big game today this afternoon, and I'm going to be your host, Reese, to take you through every step of today's game. It's a German Gills light show today, which is unusual on a Saturday, but I have my family here in Germany, so it's only a light one today, so I can get through the editing pretty quickly. So apologies for that. There'll be a full one next time. But if you would like to support our channel, you can do so through Buy Me a Coffee. The link to that is in the description. If you would like to join a League 1 and 2 Discord server, the link to that is also in the description. And if you'd like to see something else I do a podcast called Gaps in Knowledge, the link to that is also in the description. Someone that did use the Buy Me a Coffee link last week was someone who donated 15 beers. Thank you very much for that. And they've left a very long but important message for anyone in the Medway towns. And they say, thank you for what you do, Reese. Please say hello to the growing number of Gills fans and football fans in the UK who follow the fortunes of the greatest Argentinian football club outside of Buenos Aires conurbation, which is Newell's Old Boys. The club is named after the shrewd-born Isaac Newell, who left Kent as a 16-year-old, and I'm delighted to say from November the 8th to December the 4th, to coincide with the World Cup, Medway Council are celebrating his life with an exhibition at the Guildhall Museum in Rochester, up the Gills. If you are in the Medway towns within those dates and love football, I recommend you going over to that exhibition in the Guildhall Museum. I won't be able to, unfortunately, because I'll be in Germany, but I highly recommend it, anyone living in the Medway area. And of course, it would not be a German Gills show without our reporter, Adam Westgate, who's going to give us his thoughts on today's game.
Well, good afternoon, Reese. And yes, we are re-meeting Steve Evans for the first time since I think it was the Oxford game. Pretty sure it was that. But I think you'll get a mixed reaction. I, for one, have the attitude that we had good 2 seasons with him, 10th place finishes, and looking at how we've been, I think that was a pretty good return for his money. As far as today's game go, I think it's the league leaders. We get a draw. I'd like a score draw just so we can keep the scoring record going. So a 1-1 or a 2-2, something like that. Obviously, I want to win. I don't think that's realistic. And it does concern me a little bit that we've got Wright at left back. I like him, but he's a right back and there's Law on the bench. So we'll see. Well, I do apologise, but I already gave you the score prediction, sort of. But I'm going to definitively stick to 2-2. I think we're going to get 2 goals, positivity. I just think we won't have enough to see Stevenage off, and it's going to be tough. So a draw, I'd take it all day right now.
Let's head over to Priestfield Stadium for today's live match reaction. Los geht's, Gills! And obviously, just before we begin the German Gills show, I want to give my condolences to Malcolm Steadman and obviously my respects as a face of Gillingham, which as a kid growing up, he was always at every game as the kit man, and I had a great connection with him. I spoke to him a couple of times as a kid as well, and he will be truly missed by all people associated with Gillingham Football Club. A real miss, and rest in peace, Malcolm Steadman. Thank you for the memories and your connection to Gillingham Football Club. So we're about to get underway at Priestfield. It's going to be an interesting one. I don't know what I want from this game, but a point, something from it at least to show for our efforts. But we'll wait and see how this one specifically unfolds. Elkan's got the ball. He's pushing forward now. Can he get in a good position to shoot? He's in a great position. Gets the ball across the box. And how on earth has Gillingham missed that? Oh, my God. Gillingham have missed an open goal from about 2 yards, it looks like. My God, it's a great run by Elkan on the right-hand side. We need to see that one again. What a fantastic run that is. And I just don't know how Kashket puts it over the bar. It's unbelievable. He's leaning back. I don't know. That's harder to score. That's harder to miss than it is to score. And he's managed to do the former of that and put it over the bar into the railing. And Gillingham should be 1-0 up. He did that 99 more times. He puts it in the back of that 99 times. That is unfortunate. I don't know how Kashket managed to miss that. That's going to hit his confidence big time. Yikes. Gills should be 1-0 up. Ball over the top by Stevenage, straight into the box. And they're still going to keep possession on his left-hand side. It was A good bit of work to keep the ball alive for Stevenage, and it's gone in the back of the net, and Stevenage have gone 1-0 up. It was a really good ball in the box, actually, from this left-hand side. It was recycled in. Gills, really, the game should be 1-0 at this point, because Gills should have scored earlier, but they haven't, and they're having to pay for that. And Stevenage have taken the first half lead here at Priestfield Stadium. It's a good ball into the box, actually. The second one was particularly good. The first one, obviously, was a little bit deep, but picked up on the left-hand side. We can see the replay now. Gills falling a little bit asleep here, letting Stevenage run forward slightly. It's an early ball into the box, and here, really, Gillingham should be closing down a lot quicker. They've left a lot of gaps in the box, and it's this cross here. It's a decent one first time, and, well, yeah, he's just beaten 2 players to the ball, and it's gone into the back of the net. Decent goal by Stevenage, and they currently are 1-0 up. So Gills got a free kick on this right-hand side. It's going to be taken by Will Wright. He's a decent delivery into the box. If we're going to get anything from this strong Stevenage team. Very strong at aerial set pieces. It goes to the back post, and it's in! And Elkan Baggott scores for Gills, his first goal of the season as well. And everyone in Indonesia, hello to you. That's his first goal of the season. I assume you're going to be enjoying watching that one. Fantastic header from Baggott, and it's such a towering header. I mean, that's unbelievable. Also, let's look at the delivery by Wright. What a delivery. Finally, he got one, and Baggott just on the end of it, and just like the keeper's not even moving. It's in the back of the net, and I tell you what, right, Gills do deserve to be 1-0 up. Even though Kashket did miss that, it is about time we did score a goal from a set piece with Baggott, and I think just a fair, I'd have to say, at 38 minutes, 39 minutes, the score is 1-0, and I think that's just about a fair reflection of the game so far. And I'm really pleased for Baggott to get his first goal of the season, and as I said, Indonesia going to be very happy seeing this one. But that is half-time. So at half-time, it's Gillingham 1, Stevenage 1, and of course on the line we have Adam Westgate.
Good afternoon.
So Adam, what do you make of that game so far?
Well, I think it's been a really exciting, probably the most exciting game of the season. I think it's the best that we've played. I know we've beaten other teams here, but at the end of the day, these are the league leaders. And we were saying before the game, you look at those 3 crosses they put in, the early one, the one before the goal, and the one for the goal. I know that Wright probably should have been marking the guy for the goal. All quality, all near the player. And I think we've done really well to match it. I've been really happy, actually. I'd be happy, as I said, I'd be happy with a draw. So if it's a 2-2 or something, give us another goal in the second half. That's what I say.
Yeah, I think another goal, we might be getting nosebleeds at this rate. But I just want to say, Elkan Baggott, he got Gills back into the game. The Indonesian population surely will be happy with that one. But what was the goal like behind the stands?
It looked good from where we were. We're sat behind the dugout. So, I mean, from there, it looked like an absolutely quality cross, one that would have made Stevenage happy. And, yeah, it thankfully made up. And we were talking about this before. I love Kashket. I don't know how he missed it. He deserved the goal. I mean, he's probably my favourite of our forward players. Although, honourable shout-out, even though he hasn't done as much going forward, except the Kashket chance, Elkan, I think, has been putting in a lot of hard work and maybe isn't as noticeable as if he'd gone forward and taken on loads of players.
I agree with you, because he created that chance of Kashket, and yeah, he has had a much more presence in the game, although it took him about 10 minutes to get his first touch, I think, but after he got that, it flowed really nicely for him. But for me, yeah, absolutely.
I think he's contributed a lot to the team.
And I totally agree with you. But just moving forward, just sort of last question, can you see Gills keeping up this pressure going into the second half?
I think that's all we're going to do. I think that they have to be rigid in terms, as I said, some of the players that wouldn't normally track back quite as hard, I think are, and I think they're going to continue to do that. But we seem to be going for it. I don't think, from what I've seen, that Neil Harris wants to rest on us, just sitting back and going, let's soak up the pressure and hope we can just counter them. We look to be trying to match them a little bit. And do you know what? As much as I said I want the draw, and obviously I want the win, even if we lost today by, say, a single goal or something that was competitive, let's not lose heart too much. They're the league leaders for a reason, and the slim amount of chances they've had, they've put in some quality stuff. You can see why they're top of the league.
Well, let's see what happens at the end of the game, and we'll catch up at full time.
See you then.
And we're underway for the second half, and let's see if Gills can build on this momentum they got at the end of the first half to see if we can actually get a really good result against Stevenage. So Gills got a corner on this right-hand side. It's going to be an in-swinger. Can Gills attack this and get a goal? Oh, it's just flashed across the face of goal, and there's a couple of claims for handball, but I tell you what, get Gills on the back of that, and that's in the back of the net. And I think one of Stevenage's centre-backs was subbed off at half-time, and that's why Gillingham at the moment are trying to put a few more aerial balls into Stevenage territory, because they look a little bit more weak at the moment. And yeah, there's a telltale sign of it. And any Gills player get their head in the back of that would have easily been 2-1. Stevenage with a free kick on this left-hand side, straight down the centre, and it's gone right. Oh, wow. I think it was an own goal attempt, potentially by Mandron, who just tried to get something on the end of it and managed to put it on target for Stevenage. And luckily, Morris was there just to react to it and tip it around the post. I mean, he's trying to defend his man there, who would have taken the ball in anyway, but my goodness me, not the greatest defending from Mandron, really putting pressure on Morris to tip it around the post. And as a result, they have a corner. Stevenage coming forward on his left-hand side. There's 4 Gills defenders back, but there's a couple of Stevenage players going to the box now. There's a lot of space. Have Stevenage got a chance. They're going to shoot from distance, and it just goes over the bar. It's a good, tiny bit of play from Stevenage. Last sort of 10 minutes, there's been quite a few penalty shouts for Stevenage, which, you know, on reflection may have been a penalty. I'm not quite sure. But also, Stevenage have been a little bit unlucky, I think, with a couple of the fouls going against them, and them not receiving any fouls. But, you know, it's the way football goes sometimes. But Stevenage starting to come to the game a little bit more now, and Gillingham have to tighten up a little bit more defensively coming into the last 20 minutes of the game. Oh, this could be a tricky one for Gills to defend. They need to do something here. There's been a few handballs here, and it's going to go in the back of the net. Oh, my goodness me. I have no idea how Stevenage have missed that. That's quite incredible. I still think Kashket's miss in the first half is worse than what was happened here, but it was definitely should have been in the back of the net, and Stevenage should be 2-1 up. And if you look at the player, Gillingham defensively were terrible. There's 2 handballs there, both by Gills, and that really should be in the back of the net. I don't know how Stevenage have missed that, and Gills have severely got away with that, like Stevenage got away with one in the first half, so maybe it's evened up now. Still 1-1. Gills coming forward now. There's a great chance of them to get through. They need to take a shot and get a bit of luck. It's gone to Kashket, and he just couldn't quite get the ball, but it's gone to Walker on the right side. It's gone now to McKenzie. Someone shoot, for heaven's sake. It's gone for McDonald, who's going to get the ball into the box. Surely it's blocked and then cleared away by Stevenage. Gills with the crazy headed towards the goal, and it's gathered by the goalkeeper. Oh, Gills nearly getting in there, into good opportunity to jump in the back of there. Just didn't quite fall for them, and it's still 1-1. Stevenage still trying to keep the tempo up at the moment with about 10 minutes to play. And that is full time, and we go over to Adam Westgate for the final word of this game.
Well, obviously it ended 1-1, and I think that was a pretty good result overall, probably fair. I mean, Stevenage clearly had more quality than Gillingham overall, but we huffed, we puffed, we did show some quality. Again, how Kashket missed, I don't know, but I think he puts in an awful lot for the team. And I want to mention that McDonald gives us so much more, in my opinion, footballing knowledge, brains, just quick thinking. A lot of what he did was clever, and it's sort of like an older professional would do. And he's done amazingly to come back. I think he had some quality. Remember last year, we literally were so much better when Danny Lloyd and Alex McDonald were playing in that diamond. So if they could do it in League One, they can do it here. But I'm really happy with that, positive. I think the next home game is Barrow. I'm very positive for that now. We need to just keep it going. We're unbeaten. That was the key.